Hey, what's up my guys, gals, and anyone in between? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Angel. If you're not new here, welcome back. Good to see you again. I also got Spidey plushie here too. He's gonna be joining us. So, I know it's definitely around the time where some of us are either going back to school or already back in school. Fortunately for me, I don't have to go to school anymore. So, for those of you who actually are going to school or about to go back to school, I wish you the best of luck. You've got this. No sweat. Everything's all easy breezy from here on. Okay? Cool. Gotcha. And in honor of those of you who have school coming back up, I thought it'd be nice to read some school confessions, essentially. And where am I reading this? I'm going to be reading it from Reddit. Reddit.com. Yeah, it's bound to go downhill from here. Those of you who don't know Reddit, it's basically, I don't even know how to say it. It's just a platform that you go on. To me, it's like the sibling of Twitter. To me, that's what it is. For Reddit, I'm going to be doing specifically school-related confessions. If it's not involving school, then I'm not even gonna read it. I will be reading Reddit confessions on my handy-dandy laptop that I got from school. There's one from 3 days ago. I went out of my way to destroy my friend's self-esteem in high school. Or were they really your friend then? I am quite curious. When I was a freshman, I met this girl who I really liked and we had everything in common. About a year into our friendship, my boyfriend cheated on me with her by sending her lewd pictures and kissing her. She did the right thing and told me, but I was still upset with her and got extremely jealous, rightfully so. After my boyfriend and I broke up, I stayed friends with that girl. Every time she told me about a guy she had a crush on, I would sleep with that guy. Okay. Sometimes to rub the salt in the wound, I would tell her he was bad in bed. She was a virgin through all of this as well. That happened about 8 years ago, and I recently reached out and apologized. We're on good terms, and she says there's no hard feelings. I think I will always feel terrible. Not just for the effect it must have had on her self-esteem, but also because I can't believe I'm capable of stooping to that level. Yeah, no kidding. That's pettiness on a whole nother level. What the? Oh my god. What the? You are maniacal, is all I can say. I don't know. I don't know what I'd do in that situation. That's crazy. This one was from a day ago. I gave my crackhead friend money to fund his own overdose. I knew what he had planned to do. That's awful. Dang, this is a lot. Okay. Some context to how I knew this person, and yes, I'm using a throwaway. I grew up in a pretty small town. We all know each other, and everyone and anyone could say hello and know somebody's name. I had a really good friend. I'm going to skip our whole childhood and go to high school graduation, in which he went down a pretty dark path, abusing any substance that was thrown at him. Most people in town, including my own friends, cut contact with him, but I stayed in contact. In fact, I stayed in contact for several years after graduation, up until the night he knocked on my door while my children and fiance were asleep inside. He was distraught. We sat down for a few hours and spoke about everything going on with him. He eventually got the part where he told me if he had enough money, he would take as many drugs as possible and would overdose. Let me emphasize, my first thought wasn't to fund this. In fact, I offered to explore support options with him tomorrow, but he was adamant he didn't want help or support. He was satisfied with this being his way out. So I gave him some money and told him to do whatever he wanted to do with it. Of course, I knew deep down what he was going to do, but I didn't want to make it seem like it was his only option. I made sure it was enough to get him into a good rehab program and also a motel for a few nights to figure out his life. and told him this too. He left the house and I didn't hear from him for a few days. Word eventually spread. He took up on his own deal and had taken a bunch of pills near a bakery and had OD'd a few nights after I last heard from him. It's been 4 years since it happened, and yet I still can't forgive myself. I look in the mirror every day ashamed of what I see. In fact, I asked my fiance to take the kids over to her mother's for a while shortly after he died and told her I just needed some space, when in fact I just didn't trust myself around my family anymore. I'm a monster and I'm forever doomed. Damn, it's just got heavy. As I'm writing this, my kids are playing and my fiance is at work. She doesn't know what I did and she never will know. My kids will never know. Only I will know. And I can't tell if that is a blessing or not. It eats me up every single day. I hadn't had a moment of joy since the night I heard the news. My life ended that day with him. Every single day is darkness. I feel myself looking at the substances he once took to get me through the days. I don't smile when I look at my kids anymore. In fact, I don't smile at all these days. I'm a monster. I mean, it was a good thing he did try to tell him about getting support and help and going to rehab. But dude, if you knew, then you shouldn't have given him the money. If you or anyone is going through something and you know someone needs help, please don't fund and don't entertain the thought of them expiring themselves. Dude, I sincerely hope that everything does get better for you and that you seek therapy, because it does sound like you desperately need to talk this out with someone. It doesn't have to be a family member, but definitely a professional. It's okay to have help. Everyone gets it. I've definitely had a therapist to talk to once or twice in my life. She helped a lot. Planning on getting another one, because the economy these days and life these days is, yeah. Uh-oh. Need to get this out. It's been bugging me for a long time. Wait, how do these have to do with school? I just realized that. I've recently been through a situation where I hope no one else has to deal with. Valentine's Day. 2023, it's a school day. The classic handing out cards and whatnot, people confessing their crushes, yada yada. Dang, you must hate it more than me. I'm not an attractive guy, so I'm not expecting anything. I get a card in my locker and someone confessed to me. I didn't like the girl, but at the time I was just shocked and didn't know what to do. This girl, according to opinions from my friends and others at this time, was really pretty. My friends thought this would be the perfect opportunity for me to get a girlfriend that was good looking. They ended up trying to convince me that I should get with her because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I ended up getting pressured into a relationship with this girl that I didn't love. Yeah, you don't love someone right away. Come to find out, my crush actually liked me and confesses a week later. She didn't believe I liked her back because I had a girlfriend, but I felt she needed to get it out because her counselor told her it's better to not hide her feelings. Self-explanatory, but this hit me hard, mostly because I like her but was too scared to say anything. I ended up being really stressed and had a lot of sleepless nights, just thinking to myself, I am a failure. No one in the history of the world has ever messed up this bad. You are a liar and a fraud. It's been over a year since then. My doctor made me take a test because my mother noticed a change in my behavior. I've been diagnosed with depression at 17. I broke up with my girlfriend, toxic relationship overall. The girl I love is my best friend and we talk. But it pains me to see that I had a chance. I had a chance to get with a girl I actually loved, and I messed it up. So now every time I look and talk to her, I just feel guilt and shame. Why? Oh, wow. I amputated someone's finger in secondary school. How? Sweet Jesus. Okay, so maybe this sounds worse than it is. However, there was also the top half of the finger on the floor after the whole ordeal. Was it bloody? It was the morning of our first and second class for some reason. I was pissed. I don't remember why, but I stormed out of the classroom like an angry young teen I was. Marching through the hallway, I threw this door wide open. It's hard to explain, but there was a double door, the one I had furiously kicked open, and to the left on the opposite side was the bathroom doors. Somehow, at the exact time I opened the double door, some other kid opened the bathroom door and they smashed together. I don't even understand how, but his finger managed to get caught in between, which we didn't even notice at first. I just said sorry and started chatting to him. He wasn't a close friend, but we had a few small combos here and there, until he looked down at his hand with a slightly concerned look on his face. It was just blood and I didn't know what to do. I assumed it was just a really bad cut. Luckily, stars aligned and the school nurse was coming around the corner at this moment, although I don't think a wet paper towel was gonna fix this one. At the same time, we all just see the top of the finger on the floor and realized what had happened, but I wasn't allowed to stay there long and was shooed back to class by the nurse. I got scolded by my teacher for 1, leaving, and 2, coming back. The only words that came out of my mouth was, I just cut so-and-so's finger off. Nobody really believed me, I guess, and we moved on. Then he didn't come in for a while and was becoming talk of the school. After a while, a picture of his finger circulated around school. It was black after the doctors had sewn it back on, I guess. I don't think he ever got the function back on that finger, and I felt bad about it since. I've left secondary now, but somehow it still comes back to haunt me, and by a few select people I know as that girl who cut that kid's finger off. Oh, I thought there was a guy who cut the guy's finger off. Crap. I also heard a lot of rumors about the situation and how the crazy story had been twisted. I've been told many variations of what people think happened, and it makes me sound crazy. Example, I did it on purpose with something from the DT classrooms because he had a crush on me. That was not a great time for me, but I thought people had to know my truth. Not me wanting to know what the finger looks like. I mean, I can imagine what the tip of a finger being cut off looks like, but slammed by a door and it just, I'm kind of curious actually. Well, everyone, so that is the end of the video. I don't know what happened to the very last story or my outro, so it just magically disappeared apparently, because I've been trying to edit this for over a week now, and of course, everything has to happen for a reason. I don't know what happened, but I do hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Put down which story was your favorite story, and if you like this, don't forget to give this a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, subscribe. Let me know if you want to hear some more Reddit stories. Quite frankly, I was quite entertained. I still don't know what a lot of these had even had to do with school. You know what? Whatever. You see, I did put school in the tab, so that's that. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you later. Bye!